Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for making your time to join our webinar for today. So basically, I'm Blackout. So I have my friend here, Emmy, which also known as the Kidding Butcher. He will be talking about basically Fibonacci settings, how you utilize the setups, and also confirmations for it, how you apply the Fibonacci, and how you apply it to the live market. And once we are done with that, then I will take over of the webinar, and I will teach you some of the tips and tricks that you can use on the Metatrader that will help you to maximize your capacity in terms of trading wise. And then after that, I will be talking about some of the trading strategies that I use and also help you out with money management. So without further ado, before I hand it over to Ticketing Butcher, I'd like to introduce him to everyone. His name is Remy. He's also a Bruneian, also known as Ticketing Butcher. He started trading, I think about end of 2014, and about a year of nearly a year full-time trader now. So his major technique is Fibonacci, which he learned from Fibo Musang candle break retest 4 years ago, and he used other techniques such as support and resistance and BBMA as well to filter his analysis. Okay, so his main objectives in terms of trading forex from the very beginning was to actually gain income, gain extra income, and eventually he is now a full-time trader. So his trading experience is he is a master depositor at the very beginning for about 2 years, and he didn't manage to withdraw anything but only managed to gain experience through it. However, as time passed by, he gains his experience and knowledge, and now as a full-time trader, he is now imparting his knowledge and experience to you guys tonight. So without further ado, I'll hand it over to Emmy.
Oh, good evening, everyone. My name is Remy. You can call me the Kidding Butcher also. Okay. Sorry, can you excuse me for a while? Okay. Can you can you listen to my voice? Can you guys hear me? All right. Now let's start with the introduction. Okay, for the Fibonacci level setting, I hope you guys can have a check or maybe screenshot for a while on all of the levels here, because without this you won't know how am I going to drag the Fibo. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few moments to screenshot this. Can somebody help Bagus, because he said there is still no sound there. Okay, while you're recording this or while you screenshot this, every level in Fibonacci level have its own purpose. Well, basically here is the best entry levels. This is usually the shadow entry zone. 4 entry zones here, and then if you notice there is a percentage and a dollar sign for us to mark or to see the price in every level. Some people don't want to use this, but I prefer you guys have to note this down so that we know this one, the price. Okay. Do all of you knows how to make a setting using this level? I mean, if you're opening your MT4, then where to set all this, you want me to show an example on how to edit this setup. Okay, to check your setting, if you open up your MT4, you click this Fibonacci retracement icon, then you just randomly drag it. When you saw this line here, double click it, right click, and then go to Fibo properties, and then go to Fibo levels. Here are all the description are the names that I've been giving you of the levels, and then this is the measurement like the 0.12, 0.214, all these are here. So basically, if you're on standard settings, you just delete all of it and redo everything. So that's mean there is no complication. Because some people, like me personally, when I was into it at the first time, I got mixed up with the standard setting and then the new setting. So everyone okay with it? Everyone understand how to check all this? So description, the names, and then the excuse me, the percentage and the dollar sign. Okay. Some people would ask how to make the level go until the end of the screen. So you just go to parameters, you click right. Okay. 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 Everyone okay with the Fibonacci level settings? Should I proceed now? Okay, this is how it's supposed to be. Okay.
Can you get back to the settings because so people can take screenshots? So I think you guys can take screenshots.
Okay. Please do take a screenshot about this.
Give it like a minute. So.
Okay. Okay. Let me proceed. Okay. In starting to find or to use a Fibo level, we need an initial break. Initial break, or we call it an IB, is just in a short form. So there is two types of initial break or IB. One of it, as people would know it as engulfing break, which is this one. This is for sell engulfing break. We call it sometimes bearish engulfing, where one candle is break by one candle. In other words, it's 1 versus 1, or the other one is 1 versus 2. So this 2 is considered as one of the IB setup. It's engulfing break. And this one is a dominant break. Some people would say when there is a mother candle and few candles lay around it, which is 3 or more candle break the dominant break or a mother candle. So these two setups are important before you want to use Fibo. So basically this is both engulfing break for sell, and this one is also dominant break for sell. Okay? Okay. Okay, for engulfing break setup, since I said just now, IB has two setups. One of it is engulfing break, and the other one is dominant break. So let's start with engulfing break first. Engulfing setup is where one candle is break by one or two candle only. So during an uptrend, candle go up and up and up, and then one candle break. This is called one versus one bearish engulfing, or 1 versus 2 bearish engulfing. So IB zone is from the candle that has been break. Can you guys understand that? Can you hear me? Can somebody help out to those who cannot listen anything? Okay, this is for bearish engulfing. These two, either of these two is a bearish engulfing setup. Sometimes we call it engulfing break. So when one candle versus one candle, or one candle versus two candle, it is called a bearish engulfing. Okay, or sell engulfing. It's the same thing. So in bullish engulfing, when it is on a downtrend and then the final candle of a sell candle is break by one by candle, same thing also. 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2, and wherever the last candle of the sell is being break, this one from here is the IB zone. Okay? Okay, for dominant break setup, if by any chance when this setup occurs, it's always happen during an uptrend. It's at the highest point. Same thing with the engulfing break just now. When this is the highest point, and then there is a reversal and it breaks, this is an IB setup of bearish engulfing. So basically what I'm saying, highest point and lowest point. There is none in the middle point. Okay? For dominant setup, one big candle and then there is 3 or more, sometimes it's more, candle playing around. Doesn't care whether it is a small bull candle and then sell bull until there is a breakout in either up, down here. That's a dominant sell setup. Same thing with during downtrend, there is one big candle and then it takes 3 or more candle to break. That's a dominant break. So dominant break is when one mother candle or one dominant candle is being break from its IB zone by 3 or more candles. Okay, Brent is asking, what is IB zone? I will get to you after this. What is IB zone? Some are asking how big is a dominant candle. It doesn't care how big is the dominant candle is. It's just that it takes 3 or more candle that break the dominant candle. I will show you later in a real chart, so you can see how does it look like. Okay? For Brent, I will explain to you soon what is the IB zone. Okay, let's see for the confirmation on engulfing setup. We need this confirmation for engulfing setup or CB1 before we get to drag a Fibo. Firstly, you should know CB1 break or confirmation. CB1 break is a signal of confirmation for a change of trend in engulfing setup. Remember, this CB1 break is only applied on engulfing break setup only. Okay? On candle pattern movement, we always have the movement of A, B, and C. C is the last stop when we found out an engulfing setup. Okay, C is the last stop. So the candle pattern of A, B, C, B point is a CB1. I will explain to you why. As I said, this is a confirmation to know for engulfing setup. CB1 is identified at B point of the market pattern. After an engulfing break setup, as it breaks the CB1 zone, this is the zone. A retest to the IB zone here. This is a engulfing, bullish engulfing setup. This is the zone of this candle. This is the breakout. So, whenever there is a candle break the CB1, a retest will happen to the entry zone. This is where you make an entry. Usually, people put a pending order from this closed body, from this open here, and this one. People make a PO here. For those who have a big money or capital, they would put a lot of layer, but it's not advisable. So it will retest here, maybe until here or maybe full here. But if it breaks the lowest body, you have to cut loss. Okay, this is how engulfing setups works. We need to confirm it by CB1 B point here. Not until there is no breakout here, you will not have a complete setup of engulfing. So sometimes CB1 can be a lot higher. And one more thing, if there is a CB1 here in the zone, it's invalid. It must be on top of the IB zone. Okay. Is everyone okay with it, or should I just explain it slowly, or would you like to wait later on a real chart? Usually the people always get confused in identifying of CB1. Okay, you want to see in a real chart? Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here on engulfing setup. Okay, what do you see here? First, I mark the IB zone of this candle. So 1 versus 102. This is the breakout, right? Right? Where is the CB1? CB1 always happened previously. There's nothing here. This is the CB1. So CB1, put a marking here. Which one is the candle that break the CB1? So basically the candle that break the CB1 is this one, right? This is the candle that break the CB1. If there is no news, it's just a slow normal market, usually it will retrace back here. See, there is a retracement here, or maybe one day, maybe later, it will retrace back to the IB zone. We will wait here at this zone, right? We will wait here at this zone for an entry, and then we will continue to go down. Well, basically, I always hold statement of we don't own the market, but we have the technical analysis here. Okay, so you guys understand here about how to identify the IB zone, the engulfing, especially to identify the CB1. Let me give you an example here. CB1, CB2, CB3. So that's mean candle break 1, candle break 2, candle break 3. But we only emphasize on CB1 only. Okay. I will explain on dominant break setup later. Let's focus on engulfing break first because some are not clear about it. Okay. Okay. Just now it was a sell engulfing. Let's find buy engulfing. Okay, here you go. This is the lowest point, right, of the price. Here. IB. One candle versus one candle. Correct? This one. And then this is the CB1. So this candle is the candle that breaks the CB1. IB zone, engulfing, bullish engulfing, CB1, candle that break the CB1. Again, IB zone here. This is the IB zone. Bullish engulfing, CB1, and then this is the candle that break the CB1. It will retest here. This retest will be an entry for us. See? Then it goes back again here for entry. Okay? You guys understand now? So basically CB1 is only used on engulfing setup, where 1 versus 1 or 1 versus 2. So on what time frame should we use, I will explain later. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, like just now. engulfing break. This is on a real chart for the PDF. Again, this is the IB zone or the entry zone. This is the CB1. And then it's better to practice to put a marking. So first we put a marking as a box here as the IB zone or the initial break. And then we put a line here. And this one, some people ask me, is this a valid break? Even though a small inch, it matters. It's a breakout. So this is the confirmation that it's telling that there is a breakout of the market says I want to go up. But before I want to go up, I will make a retest first. So then it make a retest. Here you will make an entry. That happened. There you go. Yeah, it didn't hit the IB zone because I haven't shown you how to apply the FIBO yet. Okay. Okay, next, this one. This is how an engulfing FIBO be applied. When you already identified all this IB zone, CB1, the breakout, so we drag the FIBO from point A, from the candle body that break the CB1. So just now this candle break the CB1, here that I said even a little inch matters. This one break the CB1. We drag from this point, the body of the candle that break the CB1. And then you drag it to point B, to the lowest shadow of the zone. So let's see using real chart. Okay, here just now we found this one on CAT JPY H4. Then I'll put a marking. This is the CB1. Okay, this is the CB1, and then this is the candle that break the CB1. It says there on engulfing setup on how to drag the FIBO. Choose the FIBO. We drag it from the body that break the CB1 here. Pull it to the lowest shadow point. This one. See? After it breaks, it continues goes up, but one day it will retest back. This is when this level is applied as an entry zone. Once this candle goes down, it cannot break. Another test, we wait at this level. If it breaks, we wait at another level here, especially the maximum retracement. When do we cut loss? If it goes down on and on. When it breaks the maximum retracement, if you're willing to wait until it break all the IB zone. You guys can see this? Okay, Macbon, I'll get back to you soon. So again, first I map the IB here. And then I look for a CB1. This is the CB1. It's AB. Okay. B point, this one. So This is the CB1. This is the CB1 here. And then we drag the Fibo from the candle that break the CB1 here. So the body here until the shadow here. See, from body to shadow. So all these levels here are our waiting game for an entry. Everyone understand? Yes, Hadizo. Okay, let's find another engulfing for sell. This one. Daily, 1 versus 1 candle. Okay, I mark the IB zone. Let's find where is the CB1. A, B. This one. This is CB1 here. So basically CB1 is the previous candle pattern. So this is the breakout. So we drag the Fibo from the body of the candle that break the CB1. Where should we put the highest shadow? Is it here, here, or this one? So basically we are using, for sell, we take the highest shadow because this one is still in the zone. Okay? So, let's not talk about where the TP first. Let's identify where is the entry. See, this one, we already marked this zone here. Eventually, it retests back at the entry point. So, IB zone is important marking. Fibo also said that there is the level here for entry or maximum retracement. Then again one day it will hit back again. It's best to use on H4 daily or other higher time frame, but preferable on H4 and daily. Okay, so far on how to apply the Fibo on engulfing break, identifying the CB1, is it okay? Okay. Next, on confirmation of dominant setup. Just now I've showed you on. Okay, Hadizel Fadli, can we use this in the middle of a trend? Nope. Okay, for dominant candle setup. For this one, it's a picture of dominant buy setup where there is sell trend and then suddenly one big candle here and then there is 3 or more candle playing around here until there is a breakout. So dominant break confirmation is when more than 3 or more candle that break the mother candle or the dominant candle. That's how you identify a dominant candle or a dominant break. Okay, the confirmation for dominant setup is after this breakout, a retest will return back to 50% of the dominant candle body. Okay, At this 50% point, there is a possibilities for an entry zone. Usually, I personally will put a pending order on top of the dominant candle, 50%, and also at the base of the dominant candle. So you guys understand about can you excuse me for a moment? Okay, sorry for that. So you guys can understand about dominant break. Okay, before I proceed. Okay, confirmation for dominant setup. Just now I show you confirmation for engulfing setup, which is we need to find a CB1. For dominant setup, we don't need a CB1. Okay, we don't need a CB1 for dominant break setup. When you identified one mother candle and then there is 3 or more candle laying around it, and then finally one candle make a breakout, that's the confirmation already. We don't need to find any previous market here. So whenever a retest go back into the ID zone of the mother candle or dominant candle zone, you can make an entry. But this is where decision making is important. Once it goes in, you make an entry, it will go up. Okay, congratulations. But once it go in, then it break down. When it break down from the lowest body of the dominant, you have to cut loss. Okay? Can you all understand that? So again, one dominant candle until there is a breakout. When it make a retest into the zone of this mother candle, you make an entry. Okay? When nothing breaks in this mother candle, it is still called a baby candle, which is playing around it until there is a breakout. Okay? So I'll show you in a real chart. Any request pair that you want me to look at? Alright, GJ. Okay, I'll just choose GJ. Okay. Okay, let's check on weekly first. For example, weekly, it seems like it's an uptrend. And then daily, going down. So we're looking in for a dominant break. Let's see. This one is engulfing break, engulfing sell, or bearish engulfing, 1 versus 2, bullish engulfing. This one again, bullish engulfing. Okay, we cannot find it on daily. Let's check on H4. Here we go. At the highest point, there is a dominant break. We mark a box for an IB zone. Okay, this is the breakout. Okay, this is the breakout. Can you guys see this? GJ, H4. This is the breakout. So this is a bearish dominant breakout in GBP JPY, where there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, the 14th candle of H4. There is a breakout. So this is the confirmation. We don't need any CB1 setup or nothing. This is already the confirmation. So how should I drag the Fibo? How should I apply the Fibo on dominant break? This one. Same thing. It retests back and then we make an entry. There it goes. It breaks. It retests back. We make an entry here and then there he goes. Again, if we drag this box a long way here, again it hit for another re-entry. Are you guys following me here? Am I too fast, or you guys understand it? How this candle pattern goes? Okay. So how do we drag the Fibo? Do we apply the Fibo on dominant break? So this is the breakout. Sorry. Okay, this is the breakout. We drag the Fibo from the breakout. We don't need to find any CB1. Okay? We don't need to find a CB1 for dominant break. Directly drag it to the highest shadow from the body that break this dominant candle. Okay, so this candle here break this mother candle, so that's the point of where we drag the Fibo from the body that break up the dominant candle or the mother candle to the highest or the lowest body until here. So as you can see here, it all goes back to an entry point here. After it breaks out, it retests. We make an entry somewhere here. We make an entry. It goes up here. It rejected TP, first TP. For people in Malay, TPW, TP wajib. When it hit, we take profit. MTP, mandatory TP. When it hit, we take profit first. Because if it didn't break, or if it breaks, it will still make a retest. Again, it retests to the IB zone and we can make another entry. Okay? Somebody was asking, Adizo asking where are the best PO at this zone. Every level in this zone you can make an entry. It's depending how your money management is. It's how many per layer here, how many you put, how many lot here. Maybe if you got a lot of capital with a small amount, standard account 0.1 cent, maybe 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the zone until maximum here. When it breaks the highest shadow, we cut loss. Okay, wait. I'll show you the setup of invalid setup. Okay, at one point previously at the past, we found this is the highest point. Just for example, okay, this is the highest point. This hasn't happened yet. Okay, this is the highest point. And then suddenly you drag a Fibo. This is the CB1. We drag it here. Okay, we're waiting for an entry here. This zone. We're waiting for an entry here at this zone. And suddenly there is a breakout from the best setup. This is when you cut loss. Okay, this is when you cut loss because we might don't know, we didn't own the market, we might don't know it will proceed to go up, but this one things change. Maybe at higher time frame there is another setup. So you guys understand? Whenever it break candle close beyond the IB zone, we cut loss. That's how simple it is. So basically this IB zone here at some point was invalid because of this setup. There is another setup here. So we make another new setup of engulfing. Engulfing break. I did tell you just now on engulfing break we need to find a CB1. Did you notice that the CB1 is here? So if the CB1 is here, where will be the candle break? This one. This is the candle break. Look. How many entries can you get? First it breaks, retest for another entry at maximum here. Entry, TP, entry, TP, entry, TP, entry, hold, or maybe cut loss here. But it is still in the zone. Until here, this is the indication that letting us know that this IB zone is already invalid. Yes, Shafiq, we will share it again soon. If the CB1 is still far, yes, we still can use it. Okay, Tuan, what do you mean by why do you place Fibo from fourth candle? Okay, again, a refresh. I'll make a refresh for you. At this point of GBP JPYH4, I identified a dominant break here. Okay, this is the breakout. Got it? Okay. Tuan, for dominant break, this is dominant break. This is mother candle. One or three or more candle that break the IB zone. This one. This candle that break, right? This one. So this candle breakout, we will break the Fibo from the candle that break out this dominant candle. So body of the breakout candle to the highest shadow. This is to find the destination of sell. Okay, this is how it goes. When it breaks, it retests, it rejects the entry level zone, we make an entry, it goes up. Okay, I'll explain how the Fibo movement goes. It proceeds to TP1. It rejected, it didn't break this zone. Okay, this is considered as one zone. This is second TP zone. And this is third TP zone. So, it rejected, you take profit. You wait. Again, there is a rejection here. When it goes by, we entry. Entry and then suddenly it break the first TP. Okay, it break the first TP. Remember, this Fibonacci understanding, whenever it breaks every level, it will proceed to another level. Do you understand that? Whenever it breaks one level, one zone, it will proceed to another level. See, once it breaks, it proceeds to another level here. But when it's rejected UTP, it will retest. You find another entry, it will reject again. This one it reject and then it break. Once this indication tell you that it breaks second level, bear in mind, one day it will go to TP3. So it retest back. To set up pullback or maximum retest, make an entry here, and it again will go to TP3. As what happened now in GBP JPY, it break complete cycle already. So another new trend will happen. Okay, for dominant break, is everyone okay? Okay, Ahmad, what do you mean by breakout candle, break body or shadow? Body. Okay, when I say it's, this one is considered as reject. This is a reject. This is a break. This is break sell. This is break sell. This is a reject sell. Okay, and then it retests, and then it breaks. Whenever people mention to you of break or reject, break is always the body. Oh, hi Alex. Okay, can we have a 10-minute break? We will continue again after 10-minute breaks. Okay, see you guys in 10 minutes, alright? Hello, I'm back, guys. Everyone okay? Can there be a response on the start? Before before I'll explain to you on engulfing break, where engulfing break we need a CB1 break, okay? And on dominant break we just need a breakout, then we drag the Fibo. So during my experience of using Fibo, when I learned it at the end of 2014, just want to share a bit. As Blackout told you that I'm master in depositing. Just want to share you some experience depositing when I was a noob in trading, depositing $10 USD, $20 USD without knowing it. The sum of I deposited for that few months or even nearly a year, it cost me around 2 to 3,000 USD. And I was thinking I never withdraw anything out of it. Then it's what I'm trying to tell you is that this technique, whatever technique that you've learned, you cannot master it in just a short while. Then I harness myself with this technique. It takes me 3 months to understand it well, and then I gain profit. So basically, out of those 4 years, 2 years was no withdrawal. 2 years of no withdrawal. You just imagine how much did I lose. But after the 3 months of hard work, understanding it again, making a back test, using a demo account, seeing people how to use it, meeting other mentors that is using the same technique. I have a best friend also who understand it well before me. Things help. So experience teach us when we are willing to sacrifice time to learn all of this. So basically, we cannot get this like if I teach you now, maybe those who are good, they can understand it well. Maybe tomorrow you can apply it. But take it slow. Understand it slow. Practice it with demo. See how the market goes using the Fibo. Understand this level. Where is the rejection? After rejection, what will it do? Okay? After rejection, what will it do? And then when it retests, where will it go? What is the confirmation? Where is the max retracement? Where is the max retest will it goes? Okay, Brent, you've been asking, will it work on all time frame? Okay, let me tell you. As an intraday trader, okay, as an intraday trader, we will use H4 and daily to find the destination of the market by using Fibo. Okay, for a swinger, daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, I don't advise a scalper to use the Fibo in M5 or M1. That is a no-no because we have a spread in every broker. We need to think about that also. Okay, Anna, how to set a backtest? You backtest means you test this technique. Without losing anything, you use a demo account. Or if you have what you call this simulator account. Okay, we are recording this video actually. We will post it and you can refer back on how to set it up. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Okay, just now I teach you how to find the confirmation for dominant setup where only this breakout is the confirmation where the trend is going. So if the dominant break up or buy from dominant sell, it breaks up, so that means it's going up, but there will be a retest, and that retest is where we make an entry. Okay. This is how the confirmation for dominant setup that I've shown you on the live chart just now. So we mark the IB zone here. We mark the IB zone of this mother candle, and then this breakout is where we drag from point A, which is drag the Fibo from point A, the body that break the dominant candle, to point B, to the lowest shadow. For example, there is a shadow somewhere here, which is longer. We use that shadow as long as it is still in the zone. So you guys understand this? On confirmation of dominant, Makbon, I will explain to you between break or reversal level. Okay, let me proceed first. Okay, let's do a refresh on everything. Okay, for those who didn't have a chance to have a screenshot on Fibonacci level settings, okay, I give you 1 or 2 minutes to have a look, screenshot of this level, please. Okay, David, when does the ABC come in play? ABC is a normal market movement of the market price. I will show you in a live chat how to check for it. So everyone done with the screenshot of this setting levels? I'm gonna make a quick refresh on this, okay? And then I'll finish around on 15 minutes and I'll pass it to Blackout. Okay, initial break. Initial break is the zone where we make an entry or we identify the candle break. There is 2 types of initial break, or there is 2 types of setups that we need to use to apply a Fibo. Okay, first there is an engulfing break. Engulfing break is where one candle is being break by 1, which is 1 versus 1 here, or one candle being break by 2. That's the maximum. 2 candle, 2 or 1 candle break is a engulfing break. Whether at this picture it tells you a bearish engulfing or the other way around is a bullish engulfing. That is one setup. That is one IB. And the zone is the candle which is being break. The zone is not the candle that break. It's the candle that is being break. That's the IB zone. Okay. Second IB is a dominant break or a dominant setup where one candle is break by 3 or more candle. So the IB zone for dominant break is the size of the mother candle or the dominant candle. That's the IB zone. On engulfing break setup, for bearish engulfing, as I said just now, one candle is being break by 1 candle or one candle is being break by 2 candle. That's a bearish setup for engulfing. For bullish engulfing, same thing also, one sell candle being break by 1 buy candle or one sell candle being break by 2 buy candle. So these both picture between sell and buy, which is an engulfing setup. Remember, an engulfing setup is where one candle is break by one or two candles. For dominant break setup, when there is one for sell dominant, when there is one buy candle being break by three or more candle, or one sell candle is being break by three or more candle. Okay, get that? Okay. Okay, this is where people get confused. Even I myself, it takes me months to practice to see how all this goes. Okay, just now, I'm not sure who's asking. I'm sorry, I forgot. Just now I was asking about market pattern of ABC. Okay, you can. Okay, I'll start with H4. What is the market movement of ABC? We'll start from the bottom here. Okay, A, B, C. Okay, A, B, C. Again, A, B, C. And then A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, and then A, B, C, A, B, C. That's how ABC marking goes. Yes, sometimes people get confused because of the size of the candle, especially when using a lower time frame. So that's why I emphasize CB1 is the previous B. I'll show you. Show you on daily here. We look for engulfing. So this one. This is an engulfing setup here. Engulfing buy. Okay. Even though it didn't retest back here, we just identified where will be our entry or where will the destination goes by seeing the Fibonacci Fibo levels. This one. This is B point, this is C point. The previous one is, this is the previous one, CB1. This is the second CB, CB2. So, A, B, C. A, B, C. So, B point is a CB1. I don't want to draw, don't want to draw it all the way here. Otherwise, you guys gonna get confused. So, this is the CB1. This is the candle that breaks the CB1. For engulfing setup, we break from the body that breaks the CB1. This is the body that break the candle, that break the CB1. Okay, one moment there. Is everyone having same video? The video is lagging or black screen? Everyone is okay? So some of it are good, some of it are lagging. It's all good. Fine here. Okay, good. So please check your service. Please restart. So from this point, the body that break the CB1, we drag until the lowest shadow of the IB zone. Respect to the Fibo Musang. Okay, for this one, let's see how the market goes using a Fibo level. It didn't retest back to the entry zone, and then it break. Okay, this is daily setup. Let's see what happened here. Okay, I'll just put a marking. Go to a lower time frame. What do we see here? We see something here, right? So I'll double check with H4 what is happening. This is the lowest price. This is the IB zone, and it's a dominant break. I'll drag the Fibo from this body. After it breaks the complete cycle of H4, it retests back to the previous H4 complete cycle, and it didn't break down, and this is the possible re-entry point. So basically, you can apply this in multi-time frames. I would advise you to use daily H4 and H1, but I seldom use H1. I use H4 as my guidance, as a GPS. We call it as a GPS. So you guys understand how the market goes? Just now, somebody asked me about break and reversal. Okay. It's enough for me to find the zone entry. Okay, let's see at UCAT what happened now. Okay. Okay, I'll just show you in USD CAD on what happening now. Okay. Maza, we can use both just to double check. If H4 already in complete cycle, we use higher time frame. Okay, USD CAD, let's find the highest point here. So this is the highest point. Highest point is this one. So basically this is an engulfing setup. Even without Fibo, I can see that this is the IB zone. This is the IB zone, this is the CB1. Okay, this is the CB1 here. And then this is the candle that break out. So I'll drag this Fibo. So At this point, USD cut is in H4 entry zone. Okay, at this point, this is the IB zone where we should make an entry. As you can see here, this is a rejection shadow. Some people would get scared and they already cut losses here, but in the end, the candle closed here. So this is still a valid entry. All these shadows are valid entry. Even this one is a valid entry for sell. But it didn't break the pullback. So it retests back again to the entry zone. So basically a sell entry is still valid in this zone until there is a candle that break. So this one, if this candle close if candle close like this, you have to cut loss. But if there is still a shadow, I personally would still sell for U cut H4. Okay, because there is a breakout. If we can see, there is already a breakout here, here, and the next target will be here at this TP1. Not until there is a breakout at the base, which we need to cut loss. Okay, then I'll refine SL using Fibo level. I would recommend minus 0.3. Okay, Falik, how about the opposite CB1 buy? Where is the CB1 buy? You mean here? Okay, let's check about this from this destination to here. Let's check. There is a dominant break. Complete cycle, right? Okay, this is a complete cycle. Let's double check with daily. So that means it's here. It's already reached complete cycle. That's why it retests back. It didn't break this. It didn't break the first TP zone, so it retests. It retests here. And it's been doing a sideways since for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 week. For 1 week it makes a retest. So we double check with H4 what is happening. Or first we will double check with daily sell. Dominant break. See? This one. This is a dominant break. It breaks TP, first TP, it rejected the second zone of the TP zone. And then, if it didn't break, it reversed. It reversed, it cannot break this zone. So we need to find out why. When we found out something, there is something happening here, double check at lower time frame, always play around with daily and H4. So this is the highest point that it cannot break. Again, this is an engulfing. This is the CB1. I'll break the breakout from the CB1 breakout. Yeah. Again. So, okay, Eliazar, does it mean if the market break complete cycle, it will continue for higher time frame movement. If H4 break complete, so that means daily is making to proceed a new destination for daily. If we focus on one H4 only, for example, if we focus on H4 only, and if it is a complete cycle at H4, it break. For example, it break by at H4. So that means there is something on higher time frame Fibo. Okay, let's see something as how I mark everything. Okay, I'll start with monthly. This is the highest point, so it stopped here, so that means let's make a reversal. This is monthly. Please pay attention. I'm gonna make this quick because it's time for Blackout to do his session. This is monthly engulfing. Okay, this is the candle that break the CB1 in monthly. So I'll drag the Fibo here. So the next target is here, right? It's already break the setup, but it cannot retest back more than this level. It cannot retest back. Okay, I'll just put a marking here for breakout and setup zone. Then another marking. This is the next target. Okay. Okay. Next, I'll go to weekly. See what happened in weekly. So, what happened in weekly here? For sell, we already look at it on. For sell, we already look at it that on monthly, it cannot break the setup point, which is this zone. Okay. So we already know that where the sell goes. The sell goes to here, first TP of monthly. Okay. And then on weekly, it stopped here. Let's see where will it goes. Dominant break. Again, it hit and reject the second TP. This one. It rejected this zone. So that's why it retests back and it break back the first TP zone. It go sell and break this one. So this candle is a retest. Will it go back here? So we already put a marking here. I'll close this one. Let's go to daily. This is the lowest point of daily. It already says here just now, it was a complete setup. Here, complete setup. Still the same three marking are here. Okay, so this is the highest point, dominant break. So the question is, how high can it go? It will go back here, but before it goes here, it must break this one first. Can you imagine how many? It's 1 week. It's already been 1 week. It tried to break here. So let's see in how many more hours till daily close. If it still reject, this zone will still be a valid for entry sell. This is for daily setup. Double check again with H4. As this is what we have marked. This one. Again, this is the highest point. This one just now is an engulfing. This is the CB1. This is the breakout. So from this entry zone to the pullback or the max retracement or until here, as we verified in higher time frame just now, will still be a valid setup until daily cannot break the FIBO level. Do you guys get what I see just now? Okay, can you see that H4 is trying to push here? Until H4 didn't make a close candle, do not make any decision. That's why people always say we wait until candle is closed. Okay, dominant break, you guys got it. Whenever there is a setup of, sorry, okay, for dominant, let's check for dominant H4. Just gonna make this quick on dominant and engulfing. Okay, this one, dominant break, marking. This is the candle that break from the dominant IB. We drag the Fibo here. AU already break this level. So this daily candle will make a retracement within this zone. If nothing breaks here, we make a sell entry. Okay, so this is a dominant sell breakout. Next, for engulfing. Okay, for this one, is this a valid setup? Yes, we found out there is an IB zone here. There is an IB zone here. Yes. But is there any confirmation here that the trend will go up? No. For your information, there is no confirmation. Yes, it retests back, it goes up, then it will go back down again and retest back until it break this CB1. Until there is no candle that break here, there is no confirmation that it will go for buy for engulfing setup in H4. You guys understand that? Well, MacBone, BBMA has a multi-time frame in analysis. For some FIBO user, they just double check on where will it goes. Okay, for engulfing, this one, we find an engulfing. As I said just now, if there is an engulfing break, it will retest back to the IB zone. But until we can't find a CB1 break, that means the entry here will not be sure of its validity. So it will just be a sideway on H4 until it breaks here or it breaks down. So for me, AUD, USD, I can't make a confirmation on buy yet. Okay? Okay, I guess that's all for how to find a confirmation on engulfing setup. We need to find a CB1, engulfing break, CB1, that's the confirmation that it will change the trend. When it breaks the CB1, it's already tell you, okay, I'm gonna go up. So it will retest and make an entry and it will go up. But if it breaks the IB zone, the other way around, that means we need to cut loss. Okay? Can somebody help out to those who are still cannot listen to my voice? Okay? Again, if the breakout is just a simple a tiny bit, it's also matter. Okay, here. Okay, final request from Joe of gold chart. Okay, daily, this is the highest point. Engulfing, dominant break, 1, 2, 3 candle. The breakout body here. So it's already break TP1, already break TP1, give an entry, break, give an entry, give an entry, and then break. So the next target will be here. This is gonna be the next target. How am I so sure about that? This is daily. Go to H4. What's gonna happen soon? Before it goes down, it will goes up. Engulfing break CB1. There is no confirmation here. So until nothing breaks here, it will still go here. Okay. Okay. Is the H4 time frame possible to trade in intraday or 4-day trade? Yep. Joe, yes, there is no confirmation, and G, yes. H4 usually used to be a GPS for intraday trading. Yes, Eddie, I've just marked the price here. That would be the possible marking of daily sell. Let's double check with weekly what's gonna happen until tomorrow. Again, here from the buy setup. 1, 2. This is the CB1 here, or 1, 2, 3. This one. So this one, complete. It's rejected complete cycle. So maybe we'll go here and then try again. It will bounce back. In fact, I forgot to tell you that Fibonacci setting level is like a ping pong movement. When it cannot break, it reject. It cannot break, it reject. It's all do a back test and see how the market goes on previous past market price. Okay. I guess blackout is signaling me that it's time for him to do something. With the strategy, we don't need to use other. Yes, it's up to you. It's how you understand it. It's all up to you. You want to use any other RSI indicator, MA, it's all up to you. As long as you understand how to apply it. What's the use of using all those indicator if you cannot understand how does it works? So it's the same thing. And basically, using a Fibo is a waiting game. Usually, it works well with swinger. It really worked well with swinger. Like I posted Euro CHF 2 weeks ago. It was such a good waiting game for being a swinger, and I'm actually a scalper. It's a stress out waiting. So anyway, thank you for listening. I hope this video that we've recorded will be useful for you, and I'm gonna pass you to Blackout. Okay, be back in 5 minutes. Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and good evening. This is Blackouts. So, can everyone hear me? All right. So, Cruz was asking about the Fibonacci. All right. So, I think before we start with my session on Metatrader tips and tricks and some of the trading strategies that we're gonna talk about, let me just add in Telegram chat for ticketing butcher. So let me just Let me just find it first. All right, so hang on, let me just give you guys a link to his channel. Hang on. Hmm. All right, so you guys have to log into your Telegram and then just join his channel. And also, let me just add in some stuff, some other channels that might help you as well. So for those who haven't joined Rodin's channel, okay, that's Rodin's channel. What else? So for group chat, I think we can pretty much use the English channel for us to help you guys out. So this is bear with me on this one, guys. And finally, yes, for Cruz, you were asking about that. I think you can pretty much ask that straight to Ticketing Butcher because he handles most of the Fibonacci stuff. So, all right. So is everyone okay with those links? Okay, I think I got that one wrong. Let me just redo that. There you go. Okay. So I'd like you guys to just join those channels because basically Ticketing Butcher's channel is basically we're gonna talk about Fibonacci in that channel. Rodin's channel will be mostly on support and resistance. Blackout channel will be based on BBMA by Oma Ali. So starting next week or maybe tomorrow night, I'll be doing a webinar on the things that I've learned from Oma Ali himself, and I will also try to help standardize BBMA in general. All right, so let's carry on with the MetaTrader tips and tricks. Okay, let's go to this one. Let me just. All right, so can everyone hear me? All right, so okay, so in MetaTrader, there's a lot of things that you can do in terms of preparations, because the more you're prepared, the more it's going to be much more easier for you to trade. So basically, there are some stuff that you can do to help you out in terms of getting your entries right and being there when the entry is available to you. Okay, so let me just find an example of let's just say that you learned something today. All right. Oops, sorry. I'll just do this. I'm missing the lines. Let me just set this up first. Okay. Okay, hang on. Hang on a little bit. Okay, let me just sort this out. All right, awesome. Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but let me just use another. Okay, can everyone see this? Is this okay? Is the background okay, or do you want me to change the background? Let's go for dimmer setting. Is this okay with you guys? All right, so for example that we are waiting for a setup, for example, okay? So let's just say that we are waiting for an entry over here, for example. All right, let me just change that line. Okay, so let's just say that we're waiting for an entry at this line, and let's just say that the market is over here. Or for example, we're waiting for a buy entry at the bottom, okay? So as you know earlier on that this is bullish engulfing. All right. Okay, let me just find a good setup over here. All right. Okay, let's just say that that's the bullish engulfing that we have. Okay, so let's just say that we are waiting to entry at the pullback. Okay, we want to wait until the market's over here, then we want to enter buy at this juncture, for example. So let's just say that not everyone is as I mean, let's just say that we're busy because not everyone are full-time traders, and we don't want to miss out the entries. Hang on, there's some stuff. Okay, background. Let me just change the background over here to black. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So is this background okay with you guys? You see, I know black is better. You know, that's why I black out. Okay. So everyone's alright with the background and stuff like that? Okay. So let's just say that I'm waiting for entry here at the pullback. Alright. So I want to wait my buy entry at the pullback. So let's just say that it's on a 1 hour and I'm doing my laundry and I'm doing other stuff, and you know I can't be in front of the Metatrader all the time. All right. So what you can do with that is you can set yourself up with an alert. Okay. So over here, right click, trading. You can do buy limit sell stop, but you can do an alert. Okay. Then a red line will come up like this. All right. So on this red line, you want to make sure that you have to modify it. So what you need for it to do is you set it up as a notification. All right. So when you're on notification, what you need to say here is, let's just say that I want it to message me that buy gold, for example. All right. So when the price is at the pullback, let me just put it there. I want the system to message my phone that the price is at the buy zone already, so that I don't miss the buy opportunity at this juncture. All right. So what you need to do is you need to set your tools. You go to tools and you go to options, and here are the options. You go to notification. Make sure that you enable the push notification, and this is the MetaCodes ID. All right. So how do you find the MetaCodes ID? Hang on. Let me just find a good way to get this for. Hang on. All right. So is everyone on your phones right now? Your MetaTrader. Okay. Okay. So on your MetaTrader, on your phones, okay, I need you to go to your MetaTrader and you go to settings. On the settings, you need to send, okay, you need to go to chat and messages. Did you manage to get that? I think it's better for me to do some screenshots on this. All right. Okay, let me just quickly do that. Hang on, guys. All right. Okay, let me just go to my Telegram for a bit. Hope you don't mind with the delay. I'm just trying to set this up. Okay. Copy. Okay, just bear with me for a bit. let me just set it up. So all right. So can you guys see this? Okay, so Shaira was asking that what's the medical's ID? All right. So basically, when you go to your phone, you go to your settings. So this is your real account, for example, and you go to chats and messages. You click that. Once you have clicked that, you will have this Metacode's ID at the bottom. All right, can you see this Metacode's ID? So this Metacode's ID, that's the one we are going to input on the Metatrader. All right. So let me just delete that stuff over there. So we go to tools, we go to this one. So is there anyone hang on, who can I, does anyone have an ID right now available to you so I can use that instead? So I will be able to send that notification to you. All right, so let me just do this on my side as well. So earlier on we 7-4. All right, so usually what you need to do is you need to test it to make sure that the stuff goes into your Metatrader. Okay, so mine did actually went in, but I'm just gonna delete it for now. So what we need to do right now, since it's already linked to my PC, what is this? All right, hang on. Eliazar Ibn Awang. I'll deal with you guys in a bit, okay? So let me just do it on my side first. So basically just say that I want to buy, and let's just say, for example, that I want it to happen here, okay? So this will happen almost immediately as soon as it hits the price level, okay? Let me just check my phone, and there you go. So I'll just show it to you guys. So let me just send it to my Telegram, and I'll show it to you again on the PowerPoint. Okay, give me a second. Okay, sorry about this, it's taking too long, but you know, this thing might be able to help you guys in a lot of ways, because most of the time we're busy, so you'll not be able to miss any opportunity out there. All right, so let me just show this slide. All right, so can you guys see this? Hang on, PowerPoint. Here we go. All right, so can you guys see this? So basically what happens there, if the price notification is triggered at some point utilizing this Metacode's ID, it will send a message to your phone that tells you that, hey, the price is at this level, you need to buy gold. That's what it says. So when you get this message, then you will now be able, yes, Ajam, that's through my phone, okay? So Eliazar, we can do yours now. Let me just see if let me just set it out for you. So Eliazar's metacode ID is this. Can you just check whether it reached the test to you? Okay, he receives it. So let's just say that we're waiting for a price for you to buy gold. What you need to do is set notification and say, okay. All right. So when it does that, Eliezer, can you just send me on Telegram what you have received on your MetaCodes Metatrader, so I can show it to the others as well. So basically, that's how you set up your phone. It's pretty straightforward, but it's really helpful in terms of trying to set yourself up for trying to remind yourself and make the system do it for you. However, if your computer is not online or it's off, it's not going to work. So the best way to do this is for you to have something that's always online 24/7, and that is something that you can set online. So the best way to do that is probably to have VPS. So usually what I use is there's a lot of VPS out there. So it's a virtual blah blah blah. I am not really sure what it says, but it's a virtual computer in a nutshell. So basically, you're just gonna pay monthly for a computer online. So when you have this computer, you can set your MetaTrader there and let it do its job. So what you can do is, all right, Yonki, I'll do that. Oh, thank you, Mr. M. I didn't really know what it says, but it's a virtual computer. Oh, all right. So at least you will not lose any entries. You will not miss any entries. This is the best thing about the MetaTrader. All right. So if you guys need any more guidance on that, I can run through again one time, or maybe I can move on with the stuff. Okay. So the other things that we can learn in MetaTrader is basically the utilizing of the scripts, if you guys have already have used it before. So is everyone familiar with the scripts or no? Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so all right, let me just run through some of the scripts that I use over here on the left. Can you guys see it? All right. So over here on the left, what you need to make sure that when you're using scripts, how you install it to your PC is basically when you open your file, open data folder. So you have this folder going up, and you need to click on the MQL4. Once you click MQL4 folder, then you go to scripts. So this is where you drag all the scripts in so that it's gonna pop up on the script menu. Alright, so once you have your scripts, which later on I will share it on Telegram on the English channel and also in my channel. So basically, if you guys want that file, then just join the channels. So I will tell you exactly what's doing that. So in order for you to use the scripts, you need to make sure that you switch on the auto trading, because these two are linked together, because this is an auto trading folder. All right. Yes, that's auto trading. Yeah, you need that switch on. Okay. So basically, for this example, I'm just gonna use a demo so I don't lose any money. All right. So basically, we got Eliezer already. Here we go. Let me just post it. So hang on. Let me just edit this so that you guys can do it. So as you see, Eliezer got the message just now that when the price reach this level, you will tell him that Eliezer is so handsome. So that's it. I mean, you can pretty much do anything, but it tells you it's another way for you to to make sure that you don't miss any opportunity. So in this setup, I'm gonna use a demo account so that I don't lose my own money showing you this one. All right. Um, Let me just switch it off for a bit so you guys hang on. Okay, all right. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna set it up. File, login to trade account. All right. Just give me a second here, guys. Okay. So all right, so let me just okay, so I logged into a demo account. So this one we can pretty much use it. All right. So in order for you guys to really see how it works, I'm just gonna use the M1 to make it faster. Let's go for a much more aggressive pair at the moment. All right. So let's just go for this one. Let's just say that I'm seeing M1. So if I want to use, let's just say that I want to sell the market over here. Okay. So that's my entry, for example. So I want to, because I'm a kind of person who's not, what do you call this, who's not patient enough, because this setup is a dominant setup. All right. So I have to wait for the market to go in over there because this is a dominant candle. But to be honest, we're on M5, so we don't really use this. But let's just say that you set up your entry there, and I want to drop a stop loss. So my stop loss, I'll just put it here on a wick. So that'll be great. Thank you very much. And then let's just say that I want to make sure that I take my profit on the mandatory take profit. So I'll use this one. I just drag it over here, and that's it. That's how you use the first two, which is drop set stop loss and TP drag drop. Okay, let me just say that, let's just say that multi-order sell. So basically what you can do this one is I want to have lots of 5 and number of orders. I want to make sure that I have about, let's say, 3 orders of that, and the TP should be, let's just say I want to take 10 pips of TP. So when that's done, then it's going to automatically do that, and the TP is automatically set at 10 pips. That's how it does. All right. So if I want to use this is in Malay. This is kek lapis sell. So basically, if I press that as well, so that's the number of lots. It's going to be about 10 lots to be exact. So that's two lots and 1 lots as well. So you can pretty much set your take profit, set your stop loss here. You can set stop loss now. It's 0 stop loss over here. But you can pretty much manually enter all of this stuff, and then you can just do that. So all the take profits and entries are over there. So you just have to wait until the price is gone down there. Okay. So let's just say that, oh, hang on, the market, I mean, I entered the wrong place and I think the market's gonna go up. All right. So what I can do that is I can pretty much close all trades open, or I can pretty much close all loss, or close all profit. It's that simple with this stuff. So let's just say that I don't want to TP here, but I have many entries. I can just use this TP drag drop again, just put them all in one place. So all the entries will automatically go here, and all the drop set stop loss I can pretty much put over there. All right, so that's how I pretty much use the scripts, because it makes your life a lot easier when you have a lot of entries. Yes, I will be sharing these scripts on my channel and also in the English channel later on after this webinar. So make sure you guys join the channels that I have put into the chat box earlier on. So is everyone clear with this one? All right. So let's just say that okay, the market's going up. I think I don't wanna risk anymore. I'm just gonna cut loss and then maybe entry at a higher level. So I can just pretty much close those trades and that's it, guys. Done deal. So it's gonna pretty much close everything else. All right. So let's do a scalping trade here. Let's just say I wanna sell. Let's say 10 pips. 10 pips. Scalping trade. So it's gonna entry a lot of over there. While the market's moving up, it's gonna layer it automatically, and then it's gonna TP at about 10 pips. That's it. You can pretty much set this to much lower with utilizing this one, because this one, the most lower, the most smallest TP is about 3 pips. So this is a good way to use for scalping. All right. How to set BE. All right. So, okay, let me just close all these trades. Okay, let's move on to, okay, let's clear this up. All right, so how to set BE. Let me find a good example over here, okay? All right. So basically you have an engulfing over here. So you need to find the CB1, right? So this one, is it? Okay, it's just on the top of the CB1. So usually after your entry, I think I better find a much better entry over here. So you have, hang on guys, bear with me, let me find a good example. Not GJ, CJ. All right, let me see. All right, let me see what we have here in CJ. All right, we have hang on, that's daily H4. We have a gap over there. It's not really helping. All right, let's just say we have an engulfing over here, okay? So based on this engulfing, that we need to find CB1, right? Okay. So we'll go for the highest wick. Hang on. What is PO? Yeah, break even. SL at your entry or minimum. Okay. So what I usually do is, let me just find a good example. All right. Let's just say that you have entered sell at this particular price level. Okay, let me just fix this. Okay. All right, let me just say that you sell over here and the market went down here. Okay. What you need to understand that when the market retraces back to the support and resistance, all right. So basically what you have over here is a support at this level. Okay. Okay, so that's a support. So in the future, if there's a breakout over here, you'll become a new resistance, okay? So for me, the best way to set your BE is, once there's a breakout, you wait until it retests that breakout, and once it moves downwards away from that that resistance, then that's where you need to put your BE, because you know that it has already tested it. So this one in this case is about 20 or 30 pips. So you can set your BE on this particular juncture, because next what you can do is basically what's happening here is it has broken through a series of supports. Okay, so you have another support over there. Okay, you have another one over here. So basically the next movement will probably going up there, and then it's gonna go down there, something like that. Uh, so what you need to do is you need to make sure that you know that when the market has finished its retracement, that's when you set your BE. To be honest, right? Okay, sorry about that. Let's go back. Okay, this is all right. This is a dominant break, so we'll just take it from here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 or more candles, right? So that's it. What we need to do. So basically, it went through to the first TP. After the first TP, it went back to the max retracement, and it's gone down, and it tested again the pullback. And after that, it breaks through the first TP. And then the next target is second TP, and then finally it breaks through the full cycle. So when this happens, I believe that we need to go one up to pull a new Fibo in this case. So that'll be a much more better way of pulling the Fibo. All right. Okay. So as you can see, that's the zone of reversal over there, as you can see. So in here, you have a much more better look of the support resistance in a way. So is there any questions on the BE? Yes, yes, that's how I usually do it, because as soon as the market retested the next potential SBR, then that will be a good place to put your BE, because you know that it has retested that place already. Well, is it better to see the charts in line instead of candlesticks? So usually when I use the line chart, it's just to make sure that I find a nice. It's a lot more easier to do your trend lines and your SNR markings. But in reality, we really need to utilize the candlesticks, because utilizing the candlesticks, you'll be able to know between candle break or candle reject, because most of the time the most important thing when you're doing your trading is the decision making is based on these two things: candle break or candle reject. So you can't see this when you're doing line charts, isn't it? So is there any questions with the scripts, with the Metatrader, other tips as well? So if you guys wanna ask some more before I move on to money management and trading strategy. So is everyone clear with this? How to set up entry. Okay. So how to set up entry? Okay. Let me find an example, bro. Do you have any pairs that you want me to check? Duh, duh, duh. Hmm. So you guys really need to understand that when you are when you are doing your entries, when you're utilizing the Fibonacci and support resistance in a way, you need to make sure that you're looking at the higher time frame, because the Fibonacci in the lower time frames and support resistance in lower time frames are less stronger than they are in the higher time frame. So I believe it's a lot more easier for you guys to use the trading setups on a higher time frame, because that will give you a much more better, I mean, profitable in a much more better way. All right. So, all right. So let's just say you're an intraday trader and you wanna utilize daily, for example, and somebody was asking about GN. All right, GN is a very nice pair because it's a very aggressive one and it gives a lot of money. Hang on, let me find GN. Where the hell are you? GN. All right. Okay, so let's go to daily. All right. So on daily, we have to identify the highest point. All right. So that's it over there. Let me just. Okay. Let's just say that this is the highest point, or let's just go over here. Okay. On the nearest one. So on the nearest one, what do we have? We have an engulfing, and this is the CB1 that Mr. Emmy was talking about, the Kidding Butcher was talking about earlier on. Um, Higher TF does it mean minimum daily TF from Ibnu Awang? So basically, I mean, the lowest time frame that I would go for a setup will be H4, because that will pretty much give you a good entry on a daily basis. All right. So let's just say we go to H4. All right. So we're here in H4. So what setup do we have here? So we have on the highest point, we have an engulfing over here. All right. So when we have an engulfing, we'll just take the CB1, the highest wick available to us. So basically, that's how it goes. All right. It's going straight for TP3. All right. So basically, we couldn't have any entry at this point. Let's find something else. Let's go back to UCAT earlier on. So we have daily, and we have dominant at the top. So when we have a dominant at the top, then we know that there's a potential of setup coming up. So basically, it reverses on TP2. So it's going for the pullback over here. So when you know there's a pullback, then that's a point of entry for you in terms of selling wise. So if you want to sell at this particular juncture, then that'll be probably a good point for you to wait. So who was asking about earlier on? So how to end up set up entry? That's Yonki. Yonki, you were asking earlier on. So when you're able to pull a Fibo, when you know there's a dominant setup on the top, then the point of entry is at a pullback, at a max retracement, and also the entry zone. So where do I set my entry? Let's just say that I set my entry over here. Okay, let me just make it a lot clearer for you. Okay, so let's just say that this is my entry, and this would be my, oh sorry, so this will be my stop loss. Oh no, not my favorite color. All right, So that would be my stop loss. And when you're entering daily, you need to understand that the market is working a much more bigger time frame, and your floating wise will be a lot more bigger. So we're looking at about 180 pips from the pullback. So you really need to make sure that you understand on, and then you have to actually calculate the amount of money you're gonna lose in this trade, because the most important thing on coming inside a trade is to make sure that you have set earlier on how much you are willing to lose on a particular trade. Okay, so once that, then you are going for TP2 or TP3. So the risk and rewards are there. So you're losing about 180 pips on the top, and if you're going down to TP1, you have about 200 plus, TP2 about 450 plus. So this is on a daily setup. So when you're entering a daily setup, you're not expecting to take your profit within 1 or 2 days. So it's gonna take weeks for this one. So these are the things that you need to understand when it comes to intraday trading. All right. So um, Yonki, yep, you can put sell limits if you want to, or you can pretty much do your, you can just set an alert as I showed you earlier on. You can set an alert when the price is there, just let you know, something like that. Okay. So is everyone ready to move to the money management? Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so Yonki, I think we can answer that question on maybe on the next webinar, because we're really running out of time. It's coming midnight, so it's about 3 hours maximum for this webinar. All right, so let's go straight to money management and trading strategies. All right, so the first things first, this is based on my own personal experience. So usually what you need to tell yourself when you are trading, that you need to make sure that you need to set up a plan on how you are going to do your trading, because if you fail to plan, then obviously you are planning to fail. So you need to have some sort of a plan for your small business. So let's just say that I have $100 or maybe $50. Okay, so you need to set up yourself some goals. So let's just say that I'm using XM broker and I'm gonna use intraday trading technique on this one, trading style, sorry. And let's just say my account number is this. All right, so this is my main objective, is to make sure, let's just say 100 over there, so make sure it's much more easier in calculation. So let's just say I have $100 and I want to make sure that at the end of the month I have about 20% of in profits from my trades. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to make sure that I earn about 20 pips a day or 10 pips a day. All right, so if I'm going for intraday, then I need to make sure that I'm looking at setup on H4, and multi-time frame wise I'll be looking at H1 and M15. So my daily target should be about 40 to 60 pips, to be honest. Okay, so let me just do this. So before you even trade, what you need to do is to make sure that you do 4 things. Okay, the first thing is that you need to define what particular trader you are. Okay, so when you're starting to be to trade, you need to make sure that you know exactly what particular trader that you are. So in that sense, when you actually know what particular trader you are, then you will be able to define what type of trading you're going to do. So let's just say that, okay, I'm just set myself up for intraday trading over here. So if I'm going for intraday trader, then these are the numbers I'm looking for. So I'm going to be looking for an H4 setup, and I'm going to look for 40 to 60 pips. But in order for me to achieve my plan, which is I want to make sure that my account is growing at about 20% per month, so you need to set yourself off the numbers, because without planning, it's really hard for you to know and judge how much you have achieved or what is lacking in your trading. So basically, on a monthly basis, that you want to achieve 20%. So 20% of $100, that's 20 USD. All right. So in 1 month, there's about 20 days worth of trading days. So you need to divide 20 USD, and you need to make sure. Oh, hang on. Let me just. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. So if you want to achieve 20 days per 20 USD per month, you need to be able to know how much you need to achieve in 1 day. Okay, so it's much more lesser in a way. So in 1 day, what you need to achieve is 1 USD. So at least you know that it's a much more achievable target. Oh my goodness, I'm having issues with this one. Okay. All right. So here I was planning earlier on that I want to achieve 20 USD within 1 month, which is about 20 days worth of trading days. And if I divide that by 20 days, then I would actually want to I would actually want to achieve $1 a day. All right. So is everyone following this for now? So let's just say that if I want to achieve $1 a day. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. I think we need to start again because I forgot to set up the screen. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for telling me that. Okay. Let's start again. Is that okay, guys? My bad. Sorry. It's late. Lack of oxygen in my brains. All right. So let's start again. Okay. So I have $100 on my pocket, and this is what I want to use for my trading. All right. So what I need to do is I need to set up a plan in order for me to achieve my target, because my target is I need to make sure that I gain about 20% per month. Okay. So with this 20% per month, $100, that's about 20 USD, isn't it? All right. So 20 USD over the period of 20 days. So that doesn't sound really bad, isn't it? I think everyone can achieve this even for a day. But we don't want to stress ourselves out. And basically, all of you guys out there, you're pretty much busy with your work, with your families and stuff like that. You barely have time for trading, but you really want something to help you out on a secondary source of income. So what you need to do is, let's say that 20% a month is much more achievable for me. That's $20 over the period of 20 days. So you divide that by 20 days. That's about 1 USD per day. Okay. So 1 USD per day. That's a lot more easier when you are looking at it in number wise. So is everybody agreeing with me on this one? Okay. So when I set myself up for this planning, which I did couple months ago, because to be honest, I started trading last year, end of July last year, because I started learning about forex about end of June last year. So it took me about maybe 3 weeks to study, and then I started trading forex. And basically, when I first started trading, I only have about 10 USD. I said to myself that if I can't do anything with my $10, then I think forex is not for me. So luckily, maybe it's luck, maybe it's, I don't know, but I managed to grow my 10 USD. So I managed to grow it to about 1,000 plus on a period of 1 month, and then I said, this is great. So on the next month, I tried to do the same thing, but I lost 300 that time. So I said, hang on a minute, maybe I need to rethink and learn again what's wrong with this. So maybe I had a good span of luck on the first month, so maybe it's beginner's luck. So that's when I first started learning much more on techniques and stuff like that, money management and discipline wise. That's what I'm going to talk about to you guys today. So what I have here is basically my own strategy and my own plan of growing my own account. So if you set yourself up an achievable goal, then that's much more easier, because you're not putting stress to your own self, because I'm pretty sure that everyone here they are not full-time traders, and obviously we are doing this part-time, and what we really want to happen is we're actually gaining money from this. We're not losing money instead. So what I want to impart to you guys tonight is a way that it helps you to gain much money, although it's quite slow. However, it's much more solid in a way. All right. So first things first, that we already set ourselves up on a target. So I want to make sure that at the end of the month I have $20. Okay. So on top of my $100, I want to have $120 on this account. All right. At the end of the month, after 20 days worth of trading days. All right. So what do we need to do is, you need to first you need to define what type of trader you are. Okay. So when you define what type of trader you are, then you are able to know what type of trading you are going to use. Okay. What type of trading style that you're going to use. All right. So let me just okay, here you go. All right. So because it's really important for everyone here who's in the webinar to understand what type of trader you are, is because it will define exactly what you're trying to achieve in your trading. Because if you're a type of person who's busy all the time in the office, you're working office, and then back at home you're doing something else, and then you don't have time for this, then I'm pretty sure that it's much more better for you to go for swing or intraday trade, because that will give you ample time to do your analysis, and you're not constantly looking at the market. All right. But if you're a type of person who is busy and then you're doing scalping, that will stress you out, because when you're doing scalping, you're trading on a very high speed end of the things. So at the end of the day, you'll just stress out yourself and you're just gonna lose money. So what I really want for you guys out there to learn is that you need to be able to learn and understand yourself, and at the same time I want you guys to be able to be profitable and be consistent in your trading. And while you're doing that, I also want you to make sure that you're happy doing this, because there's no point of you trading every day in and out, day in day out, and you're stressed out. That's not really healthy, to be honest. You need to make sure that when you're trading, you're actually relaxed and you're actually enjoying yourself. So there are a lot of things that you have to put into the planning wise. Okay. So I just put in some stuff here today, but maybe we can talk more about it on the next few webinars that's going to come. So first, define what type of trader you are. So when I say that, hey, I'm busy most of the day, and maybe I'll go for intraday. So when I'm in a intraday trader, then I know for a fact that I'm looking for an H4, H1, M15 time frame. So when you're looking at the setup on this particular time frame at H4, then your potential is probably about 40 to 60 pips on a daily basis. All right. So let's just say that, okay, so on a daily basis that, I would want to aim for 20 pips just to be safe. I'll lock my break even at that, or SL plus as you call it. So now we have defined what particular trader we are, because now we are much more relaxed in a way that, okay, we're just gonna go for intraday. I'll do my analysis on Sunday, and then let's see what happens on the week. If there's an entry, I'll entry, something like that. Or maybe on Monday we have for me, it's probably best on Sunday you do analysis on 4 to 5 pairs, and then you just wait what happens, and at least you have a variety of entries on a daily basis. All right. So when you have done that, then let's just say that, okay, on a day that I entry one lot, 1 cent, so I only entry 1 cent on $100 account. So what does this gives me? So this entry gives me a lot of things. First thing is, at the back of my mind, when I entry 0.01, it will take about maybe 1,000 pips for me to get 0. So that's a huge amount of margin, guys. So if you go to the market, let me just go here and let me just check whether I'm showing this or not. Okay, I'm showing this. Can you guys see this? So if you go to, let me just switch off my Telegram. So if you guys are going to look at H4, for example, okay, let me just delete all of this stuff here. Go to H4. What you can do here is probably gauge on a daily basis what is the biggest candle around here. Let's just see. Let's find something big. All right, let's see this one. So this candle has traveled for about 200 pips. Okay, so the biggest candle in this particular USD CAD, the biggest candle is about 200 pips. All right, and the rest is quite small. So let's just base this on that. So when you base those things, and you know that, let's say you have entered on the wrong side of things, over a period of 1 day, you're not gonna go 0 because of your entry at 1 cent. Okay, even if it goes 200 up, it's gonna probably going down anyways. So at least you have a big margin, and you will be able to have much more breathing space, and you will be much more relaxed. You will be much more less stressful in a way. All right. So let's just say that, all right, in a day that I entered 1 cent, I gain about 20 pips. So that's about, let's say, $2. Okay. So if I gain about $2 every day, all right, at the end of the month, I will actually achieve, let's say, $1 I will put in my withdrawal. So at the end of that month, let me just, okay, at the end of the month, I will have about, hang on guys, I'll have about $20 here. Let me just, okay, I'll have about $20 worth of withdrawal. And here my net capital is also 120. So ultimately my money over here is about $140. So ultimately you're actually growing your account $40 a month. So you need to be able to have some sort of a plan on how much money you want to achieve on a daily basis. Okay, so you know your style. Now you need to set up your trading strategy. So based on the trading strategies, Based on today's webinar, we talked about engulfing, we talked about dominant. So let's just say, for example, that we're looking at this USD CAD, and we base it on this dominant on the top. So let's just say that we entered from here, all right, and we want to TP about 40-60 pips. So this is about 200, sorry, this is about 180 pips worth of take profit for intraday trading, all right. But if you entered at H4, for example, let's just say that, let's just go for H4. So let's go for 40-60 pips, okay. What you need to do at this juncture, let's just say that, let me just change the scenario over here, okay. Just bear with me. Okay, let's just say that at H4 we have a dominant break over there, okay. And here, let's just say that you bought over here, okay, that you buy over here on this particular point. So you want to TP at TP1. So that's about 40 pips, isn't it? So you're looking at H4 setup. So when you reach 40 pips, what you need to do is you need to lock at about 20 pips, isn't it? All right. So when you lock your SL plus on 20 pips, then you know for sure that you are gaining $2 a day. So if we went up again, then you can pretty much move your SL plus again for about 40 pips. Okay, so these are the ways that you can do. But however, at this juncture, then you can pretty much stage your entries at this point. Let's just say that the first entry you lock at 20 pips, and then you have another entry, for example, over here. Okay, so at least you know that next when it goes up, then you can set another stop over there. So now you have a much more planned way of your entries. Okay, so once you have done this, what you need to do is to actually be able to do a journal out of this. Okay, let's just say that, all right, I did an entry on USD CAD and I already gained let's say 40 pips. Okay, so this is the things that you need to do. Based on that, let's just say that this is May, all right, and based on the statistics for this week, I have 1 trades and 1 win, all right. So these are the things that you need to make sure that you make your plans, because without these plans you don't know where you're heading and you don't know what you're trying to achieve, and you're just shooting here and there and without any plans at all. So I highly suggest that you guys do this, because if you are really serious about this, that you really want to become a full-time trader, or maybe independent in terms of financial, so you need to set up your plan, because it's really obvious that that when you do plan, then you can pretty much see how your money is growing and what are the things that you need to do, repercussions and other stuff like that. All right, so after you have set up your trading plan, let's say your trading strategy is, okay, I'm gonna go for H4 re-entry or H4 dominant or engulfing breaks. I'm gonna go for that, and I'm gonna aim for 40-60 pips. So when you have done that, then you need to stick to your plan. So because okay, yeah, sure, maybe I can share this Excel. All right, so when you stick to your plan, this is much more on your psychological aspect, because to be honest you guys, whatever we have told you from the beginning, the technical analysis, To be honest, guys, that's only 10% of your success in trading. 90% is based on your, okay, so this is basically your psychological state. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that when you set up your plan, your trading strategy, you need to follow what you have planned for. Okay, because based on this, based on the things that you have learned, you already know when you have to cut loss. For example, that if I enter buy over here, then I pretty much know that if the market breaks this setup over here, there's a candle that breaks this setup, then I know I have to cut loss because I know the market's going downwards. So these are the things that you have to know, you have to understand. Okay, all right. So the other things about discipline wise is when you have your plans, you need to make sure that you every day you do your journal, you do your statistics, and you also need to have some sort of um, trading account management. Okay, so this is how your money management should go. All right, so let's just say I have 500 USD that I want to invest on Forex. Okay, what I need to do with this $500 is I cannot put all of this in one basket. Okay, so you have to make sure that you put half of it in your bank account, which is a trading account, but you don't trade on it. That's only for your backup when one of your accounts is blown. So let's just say that, okay, I'm more in an intraday trader, so I'll set up two accounts, $100 accounts with the same setup over here. So I will grow each of these 100 accounts. Let's say I'm going to go for today, I'm going to go for this account on USD CAD. And I also found entry at GJ. So I have two setups that I can go for in a day. And then let's just say when I'm home, if I have free time, then maybe I can do scalping. So based on scalping, that's about H1 and 15 and 5, that's about 10, 20 pips. So you have another account for that, because while you're waiting, because this entries will take time and then you want to do some action at the side, so you need to plan this out. And every time your account gets profit, then you need to transfer that profit to the bank. So you need to increase the bank account's money. All right, let's just say the bank accounts increase to about 500. all right, so what you can do with that 500 is you can, hang on, did I did it right? Oops, sorry. So let's just say that, oh my goodness. All right. So when your account has reached about 500, now you can actually divide it into another division, so you can have much more capacity in terms of your trading. So you have much more entry for intraday. So you now have the capacity to do 4 entries on a day, and you can do 2 accounts for scalping. So this is how you grow our account. And once the account has grown to a much more bigger account, then maybe your bank has become bigger and your capital is a lot bigger, and then you can entry maybe 5 cents or 10 cents at this juncture. So it all depends on your account. Okay, we have a question here. How can we truly implement the 90%? All right, based on my experience, although I'm just new to the forex trading, but my team around me has I'm in the same team with Rudin. Rudin has been in the business for about 10 years, and he's been full-time trader for about 7 years. I'm also in the same team with Faisal. He's also in the 10 years, 7 years full-time trader. So I've learned a lot from these guys, and basically what they have imparted to me is the first things first is you need to be able to know how to set up your trading strategy. You need to find out your own setup, because when something is working for you, you should never change it at any cost. When you see other techniques out there, do not change your technique, because but not all the techniques is going to be working for you, because some people might not like Fibo, some people might not be able to cope with SNR, or maybe if people want to learn BBMA, there's too many lines happening, there's a lot of things happening, and they just can't cope. So every single person has different ways of learning and different capacity in terms of trading. So you need to be able to find your own, let's just say, sweet spot. When you find your own trading setup, then you should replicate it. When you have a positive trade, you need to find the same setup again and again. So you do this, as you know, Bruce Lee has said, like, he's not afraid of the person who knows 10,000 kicks. He's afraid of the person who has practiced one particular kicks 10,000 times. So when something has worked for you, you need to make sure that you have to redo it again and again, because 9 out of 10 is going to work for you. All right. So when you have found out your own setup, then that's good. All right. So in terms of money management on and trading strategy, is there anybody with questions so before we end the webinar today? Okay, I guess that's it from me. So that's a wrap, guys. I'll be teaching BBMA maybe sometime this week, inshallah. So let's see if I'll just post the stuff. So I'll be able to post this Excel spreadsheet later on, and also the scripts, as I promised. All right, thank you guys. Assalamu alaikum and good evening.